What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode number 28 here on Inspired Stories to kick off the summertime for the month of June. This month I want to highlight an instrumentalist who I've been in touch with since 2019. His name is Zach Wilson. He's a pianist, a newly found podcaster, does all kinds of cool stuff. Like I said, I got in touch with him about 4 years ago. At the time I was looking for, collaboration with different instrumentalists, people that do live music. And I had stumbled upon his Instagram page, found that he did a lot of cool cover songs and posted some videos of his work, and I was very impressed. Like I said, just reached out to him and we collaborated on a few different ideas. He ended up playing pretty much freeform freestyling over some of the beats I had sent him, and then he sent back the work. And there's still some of those ideas I haven't even used to this day. I'm still waiting on the right opportunities to put them out there, but one of them that is out is a song called Bad Guy Riot by my friend and artist J Trey. It was on his album. It was the outro to Epitome of Chaos, and we put Zach's whole keys part at the very end, second half of the song. I reconstructed the beat around the BPM, and we basically made a whole new outro, and you can hear Zach's playing parts. That's his whole thing, and we worked on that a couple years beforehand. So you might still hear some of the collaborations we've done in the future, so I'm not going to rule that out. But Zach also has an album of his own called The Introduction, and this album came out in, I believe, February or January of 2022, so a little over a year and a half ago now. And this album is just incredible. I mean, I would recommend this to anyone who loves classical music, anyone who's a fan of jazz, just all kinds of great, sound selections in there. It reminded me of one of my favorite artists and instrumentalists, Robert Glasper, who does something called the Robert Glasper Experiment, where he has himself and a couple other buddies form a band and kind of do, full-on arrangements. And this is kind of the same lane and sound and style of that. So I was just a huge fan of it, and you could tell that he put a lot of work into that album. So definitely check that out. It's called The Introduction by Zach Wilson. Great album. And Zach is also a newly found podcaster. He has a podcast called Major Keys, and it's strictly for pianists. So he's interviewing, different piano players from all over the world. Looks like he's doing more of an in-person format, but I love the kind of niche that he's doing. Very specific and a very unique way of doing podcasting. I still have to dive into some of those episodes because I think it looks very intriguing, and I can imagine that there's a lot of cool stories in there. So shout out to him for doing that, and I always admire someone doing their own podcast and getting creative with that as well. I just think what Zach is doing, even him performing live, I saw that he performed with Rick Ross not too long ago. He performed with a bunch of other people all over the country before, and I think just his talent in general is going to take him a long way. But I always say, when you have that work ethic too, it's like the match made in heaven. And I think he has that, and he's trying to do a lot of different things and kind of make a brand for himself where he can have long, sustained success. And I don't know, what his concrete plans are for music, moving forward, but I can see him, constantly being involved, and I definitely hope to reconnect with him very soon. We haven't talked directly in a while. I know I was trying to get him on my show as well, so hopefully we can, make that happen in the future. But overall, I just wish Zach the best, man. And, if you're watching this, continue to do great work. I hope you drop another album, because The Introduction was such a great album. I was such a big fan of that. So please go support, Zach and what he's doing, and just be on the lookout. I mean, he could be on some big albums soon. Like I said, putting out his own material, his podcast. He's doing all kinds of stuff. He's very active. So yeah, just go support. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode to kick off the summertime. And, I'm looking forward to doing this for the second half of the year. So until next time, we will see you then. And thanks as always for watching.